Bonjour. Bonjour Boners. Bonjour Boners. ¿Cómo estás? I hope bien. For those of you who are not watching, I am wearing a flannel, like it's a half shirt flannel. It's like how are we cute, but we're trying to be warm. Anyway, it's got a little bear stuck to it, patched on there. Hi, my name's Jess Wood. Welcome to Get Wood. I like to get that right out of the way, what I'm wearing. It's very important, I think, at all times. Fashion. We sometimes talk about it here on Get Wood. Again, my name is Jess Wood. This is Get Wood, brought to you by peace, anti fascism, authenticity, no AI. Hi, this is me, real for the whole deal. Yeah. And it's 30 some odd minutes of some odd stories from the week and both newsworthy and personal. So before we kick it all off, let's do a little singing, shall we? We love our little theme song, don't we? I mean, do we? I don't know. You'll tell me, but I really enjoy singing. So, and I think singing, I wrote Bonjour Bongers, which in another time, perhaps Bonjour Bongers, but today it's Bonjour Boners. So, Big Bird, Sesame, Big Minge Energy, Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta. That's a 9 mil melody. Bam, and you say, God damn, this is a dope jam. I'm broad. I'm broad. She's broader than Broadway. Yes, I'm a broad, and I'm broad, and I'm broader than Broadway. And I'm diddling myself so much. And it feels so good. Your sauce will mix with ours and will make a good goulash, baby. Oh, yeah. What time is it? It's time for Get Wood with your pal, Jess Wood. Hi, hello, and good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whenever you listen or watch. Hello, I hope it's treating you well. What a week. What a week, hey? It's a strange week, the week between Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's. We've got a whole situation going on. And somebody said something this week that I thought was really kind. And I try to tap into the kind, man, roll up the kind, smoke the kind, and be kind. So I heard someone say, um, the reason people say happy holidays is because there are 14, 14. I didn't know there were 14 holidays, religious holidays celebrated within these times of December. So it's just nice. So on Christmas, said Merry Christmas to a lot of people, and I felt like a lot of people said Merry Christmas back, which I feel like it's back. Like, people didn't say Merry Christmas for a few years. It was like you couldn't like, if you said Merry Christmas, you were somehow, a real bigot. So so it was Christmas, legitimately. I also said Happy Hanukkah to when it was Hanukkah to my Hanukkah celebrators. And I just believe we should do it all. And Happy Kwanzaa to those who celebrate. How do you do? I think I'm going to start there in this holiday week, um, coming up to New Year's Eve and all the pressure that always comes with this time of year. And I also want to thank everyone who understood that uh, last week, what I was talking about when I talked about having a lot of grief and going through a lot of heaviness during the last couple of weeks because of, well, the loss of my mom when I was away and also the loss of Case. And that, you would think that these years would go by and that you wouldn't have so much grief and so much upset and emotion and longing. And some years you don't, and some years you do. And you know what I always say? Be gentle with yourself and let yourself feel the feelings. And if you're feeling sad, cry it out, baby. Oh, the tears are so good. They feel good, when you can get them out there. So, all this to say, thank you to everyone who, oh, this is my water bottle. It says positive vibes and it's got Care Bears on it. That's right, because I like to keep it fun. as you can see from my pink tree and my delightful lights that are up year round. So, I can't thank you guys enough for the outpouring of love and understanding about how grief can sometimes really take you down and make you feel like you just need some time to breathe. And so, thanks. Uh, so, talking about the holidays and leading up to New Year's Eve, I just feel like there's so much pressure, in regards to like, what have you done and what are you doing and how old are you getting and the time is going by so fast and what did you get accomplished and what's your goals for next year and your resolutions. And I have talked about this before in the past on the show, probably last December, I would imagine. And it's because I really feel like the whole resolution thing and the whole pressure of New Year's. And remember, if you're a witch, this isn't even your New Year's. If you're a witch, your New Year's is spring solstice. So you don't have to even listen to any of this. But I really feel like it's very much tied into capitalism and consumerism and a lot of fear-based thinking and future tripping about what could happen or what's going to happen or you better resolve right away. And it's just too much. So a bunch of years back I decided to change all these ideas about it for myself and stop thinking that I was going to do resolutions, because yeah, it's great to have a goal. It's great to have goals. It's fantastic to feel like you're, on your way to something, right? And build, build, build. But the fucking resolutions, when you're writing them down, I don't know, I just find the pressure to be too much. And for a lot of us, it's hard enough out in the world, right? So, what I have decided to do over the past bunch of years is take my whatever it is, if it's your Google Calendar or your notebook or your date book or whatever it is that you have places that you've written things down or kept in your phone as wins, like small wins throughout the year. And that could be that you started exercising a few times a week, that you incorporated more greens into your diet, that, and I'm not talking about weed, people, that you decided to wear, makeup when you went outside because you were feeling like you wanted to dress up a little bit and you just felt like maybe some blush and some lip gloss make you feel better. Like whatever it is that made you feel, it doesn't necessarily have to be a huge thing like a big job or sort of huge accomplishment, but it can be, or it could be just you're looking at the year gone by and what you've done, where you've taken a chance, you've taken a risk, you've gone out of your comfort zone, you have done something that you were scared to do. Like all these things really are so important that we look back on and see and are proud of ourselves. And my God, I can think of a few of you just off the top of my head. My God, for Miss Poles, for instance, Miss Poles, you have excelled in your pole dance. Your pole control is beyond. It's the professionalism is beyond the work, the hard work that you've put in this year. It makes me want to cavell. Like I'm so happy for you. Shauna, ah, huge move, huge life change, and still keeping the crafting going, keeping showing up at the pop-ups, keeping selling for your small business, keeping yourself motivated, going out for walks, doing things that keep you cheerful and help you maintain just to be in this life, Josie, motherfucking bitch ass motherfucker. She is you. Oh God, you're so amazing. I'm so proud of you to say no to people, to cut some people out of your lives. You can write that down as an accomplishment for the year. If you've cut out a toxic person or two, if you have finally stood up to that boss or that boyfriend or whatever it is. That's just a few of you that I can think of that are just so amazing to me, inspiring, excelling, just doing fantastic stuff. I could think of other people, Alex on tour, just continually going and playing music and entertaining people. The Bubs is out there doing his thing, hiking around, getting into different kinds of musical adventures. I mean, I just love my folks. You all are just, you impress the shit out of me, and I just feel like you need to know. And for New Year's Eve, fuck a resolution, write down all the things that you're proud of that you did for yourself this year. Whatever you accomplished, the smallest thing to the biggest thing to whatever it is, and it's just for you. It's not for anybody else. And you can burn it. I don't care. You can bury it outside, sleep with it under your pillow, whatever you want to do that you feel you want to do with it. Keep it in an envelope till next year, and then look at it next year and think, oh my God, look at all this stuff, the other new things that I did this year. It's really, really wonderful to look and feel proud of yourself. So I wish that on you, my loves. I really wish that upon you to be able to look back, see some things that you're proud of for yourself, write them down, and take it in, and be proud of yourself for all this hard fucking work that you're doing. I myself went out of my comfort zone. I went on trips. I took a lover to the, in other destinations. It was, I mean, I've had a really exciting, interesting year, living in New York, and just really great. And also, my health. I've been taking really great care of my health, as I hope you all are too. I went and got a colonoscopy recently, my first colonoscopy. And it all came out clean. I mean, my butthole, clean report for the butt. And that's exciting because you think, God, so many people are fucking getting sick and so many things. But these are the things that we need to do to just maintain self-care and be gentle with ourselves and be kind to ourselves and be as honest as we can, really hoping, nodding hill, not being cruel, but having boundaries, really being as clear as possible with what we need, and hopefully having people hear us, and accept the boundaries, or if not, moving it along. So I had a wonderful week. I went to a bunch of parties, and each of the parties had karaoke going. And I got to tell you, I love fucking karaoke. I love karaoke. Do you do karaoke? Have you done karaoke? I know I've talked about it before on the show, but I have a special place in my heart for karaoke, especially when, like, we're all kind of struggling singers, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to have someone there who's like a fucking for real professional situation. Like at the first party, the party of the first part was, there was a real ringer there. This girl, she was a real fucking ringer. And I'll tell you, it was beautiful. She was beautiful voiced, amazing. She was acting it out. She's very musical theater, if you will, and she did Santa Baby, and she was very Eartha Kitt with the whole thing. And it was very impressed. I was very impressed. But the two women that went up and did the K-pop Demon Hunter song together, that was impressive, because they were like, you have to sing in Japanese. I think it's Japanese. Oh my God. So, hell yeah. I sang at that party the Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler. Yes. Put on your yarmulke. It's time to celebrate Hanukkah. Tell your friend Veronica. Drink your gin and tonica. Smoke your marijuana. Fucking killer song. And at a holiday party, fuck, bringing down the house. I'm bringing down the house. So it was fun. Like, I like to do the fun songs. I also did a Tenacious D song. I did Wonder Boy. And that was hella fun. But there was a lot of Aussie. Like, I felt like it was kind of a older millennial Gen X crowd, and a lot of Aussie. And there were a lot of like, there was a Phil Collins. My friend did a Phil Collins. That was killer. Like, don't, the big drum thing. And then the other karaoke one party that I went to, oh, and my cookies, they went like hotcakes. You can't keep these cookies in the room for more than 10 minutes, I'm telling you. And I always make a little extra batch and give it to the hosts, because I'm like, you're not going to be able to get a cookie. I don't mean to brag, but my cookie, for the cookie, the nookie for the cookie. Hey. So the other karaoke wasn't as great. The machine wasn't as big, and the people, I think we were a little bit later, too late in the party to do it because it was kind of craggly and like, no more war pigs out of the power. It was a little, we kind of were losing steam at that point. I tried to do Aretha Franklin. I don't know why. She was very hard to do. But another one that I went to, they had originals. Like people were getting up and singing original songs, and there was a dreidel song that was original. There was a song about Christmas poo, because she's a vegan now, but she eats red beets and green chard, and she has a Christmas poo, and that really stuck out. That stuck out. Speaking of colonoscopies, come on with the poo and the poo and the how do you do? Speaking of shit, can I just say, Nicki Minaj, what do you what what? Okay, not okay, not okay. She did you see on Erica Kirk's, I mean, the sad widow? I don't this is it's all very frightening, but Nicki Minaj, first of all, I'd like to address the way she looks. And I don't like to fuck with people about the way they look because it's not okay, especially as a woman. You don't want to be judgmental because we get so judgy. Everybody's so judgy with us. But I got to say, there's just a point being made here about her looking exactly like Cardi B right now. She looked exactly like Cardi B right now. And it was so weird. She got the hair and she did something to her face where she looks like, so it's a little bit strange. And to hear her spouting all this horrible shit about I mean, she's like praising the president and praising the JD. Oh my God, it's just total shit. And talking badly about Black people. Like, she is, you know what I'm calling her? And I don't know if anyone else has called her this yet, but I am going to now refer to her as Nicki Maga-naj. Nicki Maga-naj. Because, right? It just kind of goes. And she's so fucked up. So after she had that little interview to hang out talk with fucking Kirk, uh, Cardi B tweeted, "You will never see me be a Republican. I will never be a Republican." And I'm like, that's right, baby. That's right, girl. You fucking tell us. I mean, Cardi B talked to Bernie. She was with, Kamala. Like, let's just be on the right fucking side of things, people. But this Nicki Maga-naj, oh, she is. What do you think it is? I think it's mental illness. I just think it's mental illness. That's all I think. I know you didn't ask me, but this is, this show is for me to just fucking rant. So mentally disturbed for sure. Um, I admit to being having some mental, situations a lot of the time because I feel like sometimes I get weird pangs of like jealousy about stuff that I really, if I looked at it in a real way, I would say, no, 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 Jessica, you don't have to be jealous of that. Like, for instance, okay, I do this gratitude group every week where we meet and it's so lovely and it's a Zoom call and there's maybe, a half dozen to a dozen people every week and everyone goes around and talks about what they're grateful for. And it's a really wonderful practice. I mean, anyone would tell you science and psychologists, gratitude practice is huge. It's a great practice to have. And I think we should all do it probably daily, if not just weekly. But here's what happens to me, my friends. Here's what happens sometimes. I get kind of jealous of the gratitude group. I get kind of jealous of the people in the gratitude group. They just seem so, I don't know, calm, uh, grateful. I mean, I'm very grateful for a lot of things, but I don't feel calm a lot of the time. And listen, you could all tell me, I know, I'm probably projecting and I'm thinking I'm taking it personal or whatever it is that's not the best thing to do. But and they could all be like ducks, like my friend Josh. He always used to say to me when I would say to him, God, Josh, you seem so calm. You're such a calm demeanor. And he goes, No, I'm a duck. And I said, What do you mean you're a duck? And he goes, I look calm on the outside, but my feet are going crazy underneath the water. So I was like, a duck. Fuck a duck. That's what my mom used to say. Jesse, fuck a duck, you know? I think of that a lot. I think of my mom a lot actually because when dealing with things like boundaries or intimacy, I think we can often find ourselves going back to how we were raised, who we were raised around, and what kind of stuff they allowed or didn't allow in their relationships or their intimate situations. And boundaries are a really hard thing because sometimes you put them out and I think people may think that it's just another um, kind of level of getting to know you. But in actuality, the boundary is really kind of a stop sign to whatever it was that you weren't feeling comfortable with. And when it's done to you, it's hard because we don't want to feel like we're doing anything wrong or we're making anybody feel uncomfortable or we're having any kind of boundaryless intimacy, right? But sometimes things change or things become clearer to people, and it just has to be. There has to be these boundaries in place in order for everyone to grow uh, individually, you know? So I often think of my mom when I think of boundaries because Lord knows this lady, the poor lady, she just didn't have one. She didn't have one. I mean, meat, you couldn't eat meat around her. Um, the last thing I wanted to talk well, okay, I have a few things written down that I wanted to talk about. First of all, New York City may have a serial killer on the loose right now. Have you read anything about this? Have you seen anything about this? Frightening for a lady on her own out here walking around at night. I don't wear my headphones or anything in the night. I never did because it is New York City and you should probably keep aware. But you think of all the fucking cameras everywhere. We have cameras in the street, cameras on the subway, cameras under the bridge, cameras, cameras, cameras. How are there 11 bodies? 11. One washed up on the beach, on Brighton Beach, right where I used to live on Christmas morning. Merry Christmas. There's your gift of a body. There were body parts found in Coney Island the week before that. There was a lady found in a body bag, or not even a body bag, just a bag, because it's not really a body bag unless it's done by professionals. So really just a lady's body in a bag. Ah, a lot of women are the victims. And no one is talking about it. There's nothing on the news. They're talking about the fucking snow more than they're talking about there might be a serial killer on the loose. And I think it's because a lot of the victims are not white and they may be a couple of them sex workers. We should not treat them any differently. Either of those things should not matter at fucking all. But we live in this bullshit society where people's lives are looked at on like levels of different lives. And it's insane to me. So I just keep going back online and listening to people like report the news from their fucking TikTok because they've looked into it more than I have about the New York serial killer. I wish it was a silly killer. If there was a silly killer just killing you with silliness, fucking bring it on. Let's go silly, right? Oh my God, one of the places I went this week, I got a prize and it was this. Look at this. It's a print. I know. Pretty cool. Getting art. I know. Speaking of art, have you seen this is now my favorite I don't know what you would call it, performer. I didn't realize I would ever have a performer that I loved from an amusement park. But if you have not seen the videos of Nick Darnell, that's right, I wrote his name down. Nick Darnell as the Grinch at the Hollywood Universal Studios tour. Oh my God, you have not seen. First of all, he studied Jim Carrey, Grinch. He's so Jim Carrey. It's unbelievable. He's like a 20-something-year-old black kid. He's so fucking good. He's so funny. He's so entertaining. And he's just like quick. He's got to be quick. He's dealing with all kinds of strangers. They all want to visit with the Grinch and they're all bringing him onions, he does the bathing in the onions. And he's just so good. I just had to shout him out on this because my goodness gracious. Hi, Grinch. Hi, Grinch. So good. So good. Oh, man. And very inspiring as a performer because he was talking about how since he was very young, he was really into Jim Carrey and he was always imitating Jim Carrey, all The Mask and Liar Liar and Fire Marshal Bill and like all the Jim Carreys that he could ever find. He was imitating. And so as a person who does also, mimic people and do characters and have a flair for comedy, I just feel like that watching him, rehearse, watching him get ready, watching him perform, it's just fucking genius and it's inspiring. Like I will watch that before the next time I get on stage, which will be on Tuesday. Thank you so much. Oh, I've been having fun on stage. God, I've been having so much fun. Um, and I've also been watching movies to talk to you about. I have been watching movies to talk to you about. In the last 5 minutes here, I will take to talk to you about some movies. Now, of course, I do the Christmas movies. I told you last week, I am a sucker for Christmas movies, Christmas music. I don't know. And it's not your regular Christmas music. It's like the rock and roll Christmas and the Motown Christmas and the fucked up, silly Weird Al stuff, Dr. Demento, as Shauna once wrote to me about. So I saw The Night Before, which is Anthony Mackie. Oh shit, he's the three named white guy with the brown hair. He's kind of plain looking. Jordan Levitt, Jordan Levitt, you know who I'm talking about, and Seth Rogen. And these three guys, they're like friends. They've been friends forever. They always wear the Christmas sweaters, and they celebrate, on Christmas Eve together. And it's drugs and debauchery, and Michael Shannon plays like the weed dealer. I mean, it's hilarious. I had a really good time watching that. I really, really liked that one a lot. I also watched Fred Claus, which is a strange thing to pick, right? But Paul Giamatti, Kevin Spacey, before, he got in trouble. But Paul Giamatti, I always loved Paul Giamatti. So I thought, well, and Kathy Bates is in it. I mean, it's weird because it's like a Vince Vaughn vehicle. Oh, Vince Vaughn vehicle. And but it really is Paul Giamatti, Kathy Bates. So I watched Fred Claus. It was okay. It was like one of those, like, oh, that was nice. That was a nice lesson or whatever fucking moral. And it was kind of funny. There were a couple funny, but it's very like Vince Vaughn being very Vince Vaughn, where he just like kind of talks shit to everybody, like talks shit to the elves and like talks shit to his brother because he's the brother of Santa, which is a great premise, right? Like, what would happen if you were the brother of a very famous guy? And there is a funny scene with a support group. No spoiler. It was out like 15 years ago. Anyway, I also rewatched Hustlers because I love Hustlers and it is a Christmas movie. I will remind you, they have a very Christmassy scene in Hustlers. So please don't come for me. Hustlers is a Christmas movie. And J-Lo, she's spectacular. Cardi B, Lizzo, are you crazy? Esther Wu. Come on. It's fantastic. It's fun and based on a true story, almost like a little bit of a revenge movie for the strippers to get their money, to get the guys, to roll the guys. Like, call me crazy. I love a good revenge movie. Django, Hustlers. Call me. You want to watch you want to watch a revenge movie? You call me. Tell me what you're watching. Okay. Lastly, it's not a Christmas movie. And it kind of fucked me up a little bit, but I wanted to share it with you because how else do I get rid of this thing? I'm sorry. Now it's yours. You're it. It's this movie called American Sweatshop. American Sweatshop. Yeah. And it's about a bunch of 20 something kids that are at like, it looks like a telemarketing office where everyone's got a little cubicle desk thing and they're all kind of next to one another, but they're all sitting in front of computers and they all have on headphones. And what they're doing, what their job is to click through different videos and approve or delete said videos for the internet. So scrub it, gone, or approve it to be on. The things that they have to watch they're so disturbing, and they don't show you it's not they don't it's really well shot. It's really well directed. It's a woman, and it's like a Scandinavian woman or something. It doesn't feel like it's an American film. It's called American Sweatshop, and it's about these young people that are hired to watch the videos and to decide whether or not they are allowed to go online or they should be deleted, or perhaps they need to call the police. Yeah, it's that kind of shit. So, I hope that you, uh, got something this week. I know it wasn't, filled with guffaws, this particular episode of Get Wood, but I do hope that you heard something and that you can apply something that will work for you, or that you just had a couple of smiles and thought, "Oh, I never thought about it like that." You know what I mean? I just hope for the best. And you know what I always love to say is that if you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting anybody else, you're really doing a great job. And I hope that you have a relaxing, if you want, uh, week. And if you'd like to go out and party and go wild, I hope that you get to do that. If you get to just sit and reflect, be with friends, whatever you want to do. Go to the fucking movies, go see, I don't know, Marty Supreme. Anyway, I love you so much for watching and for listening. And happy everything. I guess I'll see you next year, huh? I'll see you next year. All right. You please be nice to yourself and be gentle. And you know where I'll be. Bye.